Hello, I'm KVA Ramaiha from the Department of Biochemistry, University of Hyderabad. I'm proposing a course here on molecules and information processing, a course that can be offered across all the disciplines, science disciplines, across physics, mathematics, chemistry and biology. This is a kind of a course that gives you an idea about how the biology works. Biology is very precise actually, but complex. Just like any other social systems, the biological systems are also defined by multiple interactions. And these multiple interactions actually define the outcome of a cell, the physiology, metabolism, health, and disease of the cells and cell types. For example, there are several cell types in a human body. They're all derived from a single parent cell, but the genetic composition is the same. However, their functions are different. For example, a red blood cell is different from a muscle cell or a pancreatic cell or a kidney cell. And the genes are the same, but the proteins are different. For example, a red blood cell produces hemoglobin, muscle cell produces myoglobin, pancreas produces insulin. And insulin is not produced by red blood cells or muscle cells in spite of the fact that the genes are there. Similarly, pancreas doesn't produce any hemoglobin, although the hemoglobin gene is there. So this course actually tells you about how the information in biological systems flows. The information is all located in genes or in the genome. The genome is a component of the entire genetic machinery that the cell carries and is present in the nucleus in higher organisms. And this genome consists of what we had as chromosomes, DNA, and people sometimes find it difficult to understand what is a chromosome and what is a DNA and what is a gene. So the basic concepts are to be very clear, that chromosomes are something where the DNA and proteins are wrapped together, and the DNA is the essential element or the core information molecule that contains all the necessary information for the functioning of the cells. Now from this DNA, in the genome maintenance, the DNA has to be copied again back to DNA so that the entire genetic machinery is copied and is passed from generation to generation. But on the contrary, the DNA also gives rise to an RNA component, and from the RNA you get a protein component. This is what is called central dogma in molecular biology, that explains how the information is flowing from DNA to RNA to protein. And the first part, dealing with DNA to DNA synthesis, is called replication, and from DNA to RNA synthesis is called transcription, and from RNA to protein synthesis is called translation. So there will be three modules: a replication, transcription and translation. In this, what we are going to see is what are the similarities among the three biomolecules, what are the differences, how they are actually interacting together to define the various functions of these cell types. So the DNA to DNA synthesis, DNA to RNA synthesis and RNA to protein synthesis, in addition to the various modifications these molecules undergo, like the DNA modifications, the RNA modifications and the protein modifications, how they influence their functions. So this is a course which I think is essential for all the science disciplines. That is what we understand here also when the students have expressed their desire. And it could be offered like 3-credit course spanning for about 14 weeks, and 36 lectures will be given and the test will be conducted offline.